swinging even back and forth. But in terms of AoE control, it falls in favor of for the side of Omega just because they have time lapse, they have misfortune. But still, I think early game and mid game is 50-50. Late game is on Omega.
All right. With that said and done, oh my goodness. As the predictions are now coming through from SHINBOO, it's now going to be the early wards coming in for the riverside into the bottom side of the map, as the 3-man roam is going to be seen by NXP from the side of Omega Esports and clearing out that deep ward for NXP. A very smart move coming in for the side of Omega Esports at this one. And now, as you have predicted, it's going to be the Fiora and Zed matchup into the mid lane.
Yep, man. Let's look into the support. Honestly, right now it's very standard for these two supports.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Honestly, this is the first time that I saw the support staying in their own respective dragon lanes. Probably because there's just a lot of harassment that is available on any of the two, or maybe because they want to surprise this Lulu. Wrong mistake, well, level 1 on Disaster. And remember that Impressive is also close. If Disaster engage onto Stronger, it won't spell well for NXP.
Definitely. Right now, Olaf against a Camille. I do think Camille is gonna have a good time. Maybe. That's my prediction. Into the Baron lane against Olaf in terms of the very, very early game. But nevertheless, SHINBOO, you know what? Chili, I think, needs to just stay put because Impressive is looking for a kill.
Yep. Moving actually closer into the Dragon Pit, the priority is to go for the Scuttler. Same with NXP's Joshi, very standard on the start.
Yeah.
I think Joshi might be in the position to invade the blue buff. He got a faster rotation compared to Impressive. Impressive is eyeing actually to go for the gank onto the top lane side. But I think they did sense here. And I think he already knows that this bottom lane, yes, this blue buff is lost. Especially when Arise left his own lane. JLC will report that the buy is on the blue buff. Now, will there be turret dives or rotations to go for early turrets? No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, Omega Esports is just pressuring into the backside of that matchup into the Baron lane, which I think is quite impressive. But nevertheless, there are 4-man roaming into the Baron lane. It's going to be very impressive right now as the Sonic Wave is going to come neck onto the Alistar.
Yeah, okay. Of course, they will go for the safeguard here to fall back. Impressive is exhausted. Here comes Chule. Level 5 is available. Death Mark upon connection. Of course, it got reposed also by Arise. So the Death Mark is burned. And again, that's what we said about the Fiora against the Zed.
Massive, massive play. But no First Bloods are gonna connect from any of these teams right now. And Sin, I do think, is not in a very, very good shape because he lost the blue buff. He lost a lot of jungle in the process of going in for ganks. But nevertheless, Shuli, stay safe, boy, because Sin is just here around the corner.
The thing here is, even if you lost the buff, you might still be in the position. If your allies is able to follow up, it would be nice for them. Does he have his safeguard?
Ooh.
He did use the safeguard right after the assault and battery. But Joshi here is the one way in too deep. I think he will commit. He will complete the kill. That's the first blood against Impressive. Impressive dive in way too deep.
Yeah, you know what, NXP, I like how they, chilled up a bit. They didn't last it, and Jin, they waited it for the curtain call to connect because that is big money for the ADC. But nevertheless, we're gonna have another fight into the Baron lane.
Yep, realizing that the Lee Sin is actually gone. Disaster here zones out stronger and also time-lapse. This is high-level Wildrift indeed. As you can see how they can capitalize on that zone or on that death by the jungler upon that dive attempting to get the kill on the Zed. Of course, it will be mirrored for by Arise and JLC.
Tower First Blood going to the side of NXP. First Blood is going to the side of NXP as well. And now, 500 gold deficit for the side of Omega Esports at this early into the matchup. 4 minutes are now in the game. It is now the time in this matchup as now the Cloud Drake is now being initiated by NXP with the late reset from Omega Esports, delaying their contest in this fight. They're not going to contest it. They're not going to fight it. Now, it's going to be the free dragon coming to the side of NXP.
Let's see here, Chule moving towards Impressive Death Mark. I think, yeah, Safeguard not available. It's gonna be an easy kill against the Lee Sin. Full combo also virtually. He did hide his own shadow to make sure that Impressive cannot dodge out any play or shuriken from the Z. This is a 4v5, another 4v4, 4v5 across the map, but here on the bottom lane, only 4 members available for NXP. Disaster zoning out Omega here. And NXP has the early game now. NXP has the early game now. And the heavy part here is that next to the Cloud Drake will be the Infernal Drake. But of course, we have to hold our horses on that part because we are now 55 seconds before the before the Herald.
100%. Though, take note, Humo's Ghostblade, first item of Uzi in this fight. That's penetration, that's massive damage as Camille has been slain once more. It's gonna be 1-4-0. Mega Esports is slowly diminishing their advantage in this fight as we have another fight into the Dragon Lane. Ooh.
21.6, 19.7 on the gold mark here. Now let's look at Shully. He's playing around with a Rice. A Rice did flash out. Shully misses his shuriken.
Yeah, it's just a short range, you know. Easily can be left, right, macro play from the side of Mega Esports. But, you know, Camille tried to go for a cancel recall, but Zed was just too fast, too quick of a ninja to just go for the early recall instead. But Vi is going for the ultimate. Too hype. That baits gets me. It's now gonna be the Rift Herald being initiated by NXP. Now Lee Sin went in for the Sonic Wave after getting that information. Now it's gonna be to make it rain, getting that information as well. Bullet time is not gonna connect with that Rift Herald. It's now gonna be that mark connecting to the enemy team as Camille follows through into this fight. Lulu is so out of way in this fight as well. And now it's gonna be the 4v3 situation as Olaf has actually been killed by Omega Esports. It's now gonna be Vi getting that double kill with that Camille. It's not triple kill. Zed goes down. It's Jin, the only one remaining from the side of NXP. It might be potential going in for the wipeout. It might be the ace, but now it's gonna be Uzi went in for the flash back to safety. And now Omega Esports is back into the game.
The team fight was won by NXP. 4 apart right there. Chuli got bursted. He was able to escape. But the crazy part here is of how JLC knows the range of his own champion. He got his hook shot in, and for the backline was able to get the kick on that Camille towards the Z, and that's what turned things around. There's a quick snowball here for JLC. The tactical sweep plays out well for him. And I also want to mention that I think Disaster overextend for a bit. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've already gotten the Rift Herald.
Yeah.
They could have just went home. They've already at a 4-kill lead earlier. But they just gave Omega Esports the right opportunity to make a comeback play. And Jin was too far back. Wherein the rest of the team were actually fighting against Omega Esports in the hillside. So overall, a member at disadvantage. They were too aggressive. They really want to get more kills. They were too greedy in that fight, which enables Omega Esports to make a play and get 4 kills in the process.
Very nice process, honestly. Very nice result actually for OMG's side. On that Dragon Pit. But again, also a very, very nice rotation from NXP on clearly trading it quick for the bottom lane and forcing a back against Arise. It didn't translate into a kill against Arise, but it quickly re-established NXP's control on the bottom lane on the Dragon Pit. But of course, Omega also was quick to retaliate by putting under 2 wards on the Pixel and also the mid lane side brush and even the position here. But the problem is I don't think any team has the freedom, has the capacity on going first for the Infernal. They need to scour around for a bit.
Absolutely, you all have the items. You're even in terms of gold. Only 2k gold difference going to the side of NXP. It's going to be very hard, but now it's going to be the sweeping wards connecting to the river side as Rift Herald is going to be spawned into the mid lane. It's going to be very hard for Omega Esports as NXP has now initiated Dragon.
OMG is late. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. NXP very wise in utilizing that Herald, trading it very, very quick for an Infernal Drake. And of course, OMG tried reacting, and it will cost them so many. They won't be able to go for the push. Curtain call puts Timelapse in an awkward position, but also with the death mark here, down at the back, he just baits out, and Timelapse predicted it. Bullet time, of course, makes it awkward for the members of NXP to follow up with Chule, and I think that's it. 1 for none, but still no turrets are gone on the mid lane side here against NXP. OMG, they will go for the bottom lane.
Yeah, the bullet time I think connected to each and every single enemy team of NXP. Like it connected a very very good cone in that fight, and NXP wasn't really able to just slide in back lanes left and right into that fight because of the pressure that Mega Esports is doing against that fight. So overall, kudos to Mega Esports for a job well done in that engagement.
Good, man. It's still even though. It's still
Yeah,
very, very even.
very even.
And I really think NXP can still be at the helm of this game. It's just that early game, like I said, it goes 50-50.
Yeah.
And I think it makes a lot of sense that NXP can capitalize so that they had the Vi, they had the Alistar, really. But again, a late game, I can confidently bet it will be on Omega because time lapse, there are very little options to target onto time lapse. And like I said, I mentioned it 6-minute, 9-minute mark for the 4-1 config, but we are now onto the 10-minute mark, entering the 11. This is where the 4-0-1 config will start. They will have Arise continue the split push on the side lanes. The question here is how capable Arise is in escaping the hard engages, whether from a Vi or whether from a Zed.
And speaking of escaping, there is two for the side of Omega Esports into the mid lane. Similarly, Alistar and Olaf is also there. But 3-man roam coming in from Omega Esports, going into the bottom side, gets one kill.
The damage is too much, honestly, for Arise to survive on that part. And Stronger is also not enough. It's a total disaster here for OMG. And nice follow-up also here by NXP onto the upper part of this map. It will be Arisen delivering the blow onto the backup of Arise. So what happens is OMG trades it with a mid lane outer turret. So NXP will try to get maybe one kill here. But of course, the real target would be of the Baron.
Yeah, that will indeed gonna be a easy Baron, an easy
What?
objective. Why are you doing that?
Oh my god, that's it. That might be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Very big lead. Even if with the attack of the Barons, it would be difficult. But of course, JLC, Arise was able to get a kill towards Chule. Only time-lapse remains. But here comes Impressive. Maybe the engage of JLC is not so bad. It will clearly stop NXP on taking on this Baron.
Though that takes 3 kills in favor of NXP, you know, considering that you are an even level playing field, NXP went in for the Baron, 3 kills for them, and now we're seeing a 2k gold lead for their team, and even the Infernal Drake, Cloud Drake is in their favor as well. So when you're talking about mid-game, late-game, Infernal Drake is going to be big time in terms of scaling the damage output of NXP, and you have Jin as well, so that burst damage is going to be very important. Now it's going to be another fight into the Baron's pit.
Yep. Moving slow and steady here. 11-7. Ladies and gentlemen, NXP still has the lead like we said. And again, the question when I asked, Arise, can he make the split? Is he capable of actually escaping the damage that can come from the Zen and also the Vi? The answer is no. The damage is overwhelming for Arise. Even if they tried baiting with Impressive backing on towards Arise, it's a big problem. But if there's one ray of hope for OMG here, it goes without saying, that is JLC. They're taking the Baron, just beating it with a few hits. There's a Warden Vision. And of course, NXP closes in.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's look at the items for now, because I think it's going to be very interesting. We have a 3-man GA for the side of NEXPLAY Esports, right? And you have the Black Cleaver from the Zed, Black Cleaver from the Olaf, typical type of builds. But what is key here is the 3 GAs, right? That forces out NXP to be able to go for those aggressive plays, to go for those back lanes without anything afraid of. They don't have any fear because they can just jump in with their GA on, and you have your teammates with Jin into the backside of the map, just going in for that little bit of a trade-off into the backside. So very, very smart move coming in for the NXP, but also this is going to be deficit for NXP as well, because if you're talking about damage output, look at Omega Esports, Trinity Force, BRK, Mortal Reminder, and even GA coming here for Misfortune as well, which is kind of a bit late item right now for the ADC of Omega Esports. So damage-wise, it is going to be very interesting, as the Yumus are also a lot for the side of NXP. So I think Yumus right now is just big because you have the mobility, you have the penetration, and you have the burst damage. And considering you have Fiora and the Camille, and even the Lee Sin for the side of Omega Esports, I think this is going to be a very good item.
Indeed, man. At this point in the game, I think the heavy count would be on the Guardian Angels.
Yeah.
Especially on the items, right? Especially whose Guardian Angel is up. And it's very dangerous. That is very dangerous for JLC. No Guardian Angel. On that part, he has his stasis on. But that's clearly a numbers advantage now available for the members here of NXP. This might be the game if they get the deletion here. Execute damage down from the Zed. Finishes off and allows for Uzi to get the snipe out against the members of OMG. You can see how impressive plays these two. Only one member is gone for the side of NXP. And they're on the hunt towards impressive. This delay is good towards impressive. He went for the Sonic Wave, pops the GA, still has his safeguard, but that's it. He will be wait out. He did that shot, the Vault Breaker. He tries to retaliate. Baron is here for the side of NXP. A very big spike on the gold in the graph of NXP.
Perfect curtain call from that Jhin. Perfect initiation from that Alistar enables them to go for that 4-man kill. But we have Fiora going to contest this one. The question is, can he?
I think he can. I think it's okay to contest. He did get one kill against the Jhin. They tried to finish it, but JLC can chase. JLC can chase, or will he commit? No ult onto Jushi, no mana onto Jushi. He's trying to cut a Ryzen. Where is the angle? It's a bit off. He chose the wrong angle, and I think that's it. Members here of Team NXP can escape.
Good trades, man. NXP got a lot of kills, 4-man kills, specifically into the top lane. Fiora delayed that fight, enabled Omega Esports to just go for the reset on their minds, to reset in this fight, in this map. But you can't disregard the 5k gold lead right now going into the side of NEXPLAY Esports. On top of all that, you also had 3 dragon buffs available for them as well. And yes, they are at the turret disadvantage, but the Baron buff is in their favor as well. So expecting a lot of lane pressure right now, as NXP has the potential to go for a 1-3-1 to pressure in all lanes.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, 5k on the gold lead. And right now, Team Omega has no choice but to group up. The plan of actually foiling a 4-0-1 is not anymore enabled for the side here of Omega. They need to get one team fight still and get their scaling in, because item advantage you have discussed, Infinity, falls heavily in favor of NXP. It may seem that it's just 6k on the gold lead, but those are crucial items. Component items are still built for the side of Omega.
And look at that, 1-2-2 is gonna be the composition here for NEXPLAY Esports. Is roaming around, going in for the Baron buff onto the wave minions and clearing out waves. It's gonna be the Terror 2 turret taken down by NEXPLAY Esports into the Baron lane. And look at top lane.
This is very dangerous for Chule. He did swap up that suicide, but of course a Drake should be easy here for the side of Omega. Can Stronger arrive? They can take this fight maybe 4v5. It's a little bit delayed. Disaster is arriving. He wants to land in for the combo. They're over chasing here. They went for time lapse. Arise is there. This might be a game to take for the members here of Team Omega. But JLC, he needs to get this teleport up. He's recalling this is 4v4. And members here of Omega is getting deleted. JLC, I think, is late for the party. Oh my god. He's recalling on the top lane side. He got no help most likely. But still.
You know what? That bait from Zed was big, Rain.
That was big. That actually encashed them big. JLC, hook shot and flash. What's happening?
Dragon boss. Look at that.
Yeah.
4 dragon boss. Ladies and gents, that's not
JLC,
something you can
JLC burned his hook shot. He also burned his own flash against the low health members here of NXP. What is happening on JLC?
Zed with that bait forced out a lot of skills for Omega Esports, and considering that Dragon was onto the bottom side of the map and they were all at the top side, they were really just too late to contest that one. And considering that that is the Elder Dragon that gives you extra burn damage in a fight. So NXP with the advantage, around 20 or 10k gold lead, with the bird damage, with the Infernal Drake, with the Omnivamp. It's just gonna slice and dice the enemy team.
Alright, Bolt Breaker inside. Remember that there's one inhibitor already gone for the side here of Omega. Omega is now playing with their backs against the wall against NXP. And again, this is not anymore a story of a Baron dance. This is actually macro on the play. And of course, 401 will be pulled up once again by NXP. They pulled up the first trigger here. Omega, they're eyeing and actually reacting. But the problem is they have no idea of where the Zed might be. Zed showed himself down at the bot. And Omega will now decide to get closer and closer for a bit.
That face check from Lee Sin was scary.
Yes.
And I think he just did a great job. You know, Stasis and NXP just looked back a bit because they needed a 5-man when it comes to those team fights, and Omega Esports was hovering into the top side. So a smart move from NXP, not giving any advantage right now for the side of Omega Esports. But Lee Sin, chill. You need that ward, you need that vision, you need that information, but not like that. You don't dive into bushes without any information, and you don't face check in this late of a game. But nevertheless, it's going to be the Baron still alive in this game. 20 minutes into the matchup. Omega Esports, I'm excited to see how you're going to do this and win the fight.
Yep. Okay, very deep Bolt Breaker. Guardian Angel to the kick. You can see how far Jushi arrived too deep into the base here of Omega. Omega here though, they're actually flanking towards Chule. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the flash. Guardian Angel. Arise needs to get the burst down at Chule. Is there that mark? He did went for the parry just to remove the combo here. Ignite! Burn! It is still an outplay there by Chule against Arise. And now it's gonna be JLC down at the bottom lane. The Baron will be available for the side here of NXP. Chase done by Disaster. Delivering is stronger onto Joshi. And of course the chase continues. Volt Breaker into the vault here of Team Omega. The minion waves are coming in. They don't need to focus on the mid. They're gonna be focusing down at the top lane in Hib. And that's it. Two inhibs are gone. Badges are setting in. NXP is closing the deal and sealing it against the team of OMG. There's the assault and battery. Ladies and gentlemen, focusing onto the Nexus. Your champion at the Wildrift Contender Series Asia will be Team NEXPLAY Esports.
Congratulations!